Hey, what's going on, y'all? Back with another one. Back with another one. This is Thirsty Thrills, the 56th edition. Let me see something real quick. Yeah. 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 So I can get this set up. All right. All right. I think the NFL draft. Appreciate the likes, though. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's something. Damn. This inner. What the fuck is this shit? Okay. All right, yeah, the NFL draft is tonight. Everybody's watching the draft, acting crazy. Yeah, YouTube's studio is garbage. Only have to pay up this thing, this software in June. I found that out. I upgraded this what you call this software so I can do more content on it in June. I didn't know that. That was of last year. I paid for this. Yeah, I have to I think I'll re up it if I have the funds, which I will. Okay. Okay. So it's a lot going on. I know everybody's tripping about the Duke the Don and Mike TV thing. That's out. That's over with. Um, yeah, I talked about a lot of things. Yeah, I talked about certain individuals. I don't really care. I stand on it. And I think that last stream that I did, someone said, yours truly got, doxxed or whatever. But that's on him. He go after those dudes, and you know what happens. They on some weird shit. This goes back who they are, man. Like people do it all the time. That's why people don't mess with them. She says a better selfie yesterday. Girl, anything's better. She on Instagram tripping. I tell you, these females are hilarious on Instagram. But like I said, lots been going on. Lots been going on. And I think, Duke's gonna have to understand O'Shea be on some BS. I don't trust his word for any damn thing. If I was Duke, I wouldn't even he'll turn on you eventually. He'll turn on you eventually. Because what I'm seeing right now, that drama time's getting views. Salute to y'all for that. I don't care if I get dislikes or not, or likes or dislikes. It don't matter to me. That stream done hit a nerve. And I just, normally I don't do streams like that, but when I say drama time, I just don't give a shit. It's random. See, if it's other, they don't really care. That's all. What's this nigga talking about? And then, but May 1st, yeah, independent thing is serious. Back to Tuesday, Wednesday wasn't a good idea, but I say every other Tuesday for now, but I may move it because that's a series. It's random, but it's gonna be cut short. Not next month, but the next one after. You won't see it next month. It'll be the last month you'll see it. You'll see it in May, but it'll be cut short. You won't see it to the month after. You know what I'm saying? Thursday Thrills, you won't see it as much either. Um, I'll take a break from this and just pre-record, but you'll see it back somewhere around. I'll say the first half of June you'll see it, but the other half you ain't gonna see it again because I'll take a break from this live stream and then just drop pre-records. You know what I mean? And then I'll give y'all an update on a vlog stream or something like that, and that's it. But we'll see. I gotta see because I want to be loose this year because after that, I'll probably bring it back round after July 4th. I'll do that because I want to gather some things to talk about, but the SNU thing, and I did a whole lot. I've been tripping lately, but anyways, but people is looking at this draft, they think it's gonna be good. But, the NFL draft is like historic. Ain't no team is gonna go in the Super Bowl chances, but it's dime a dozen. The playoffs is acting crazy. Um, you got Tucker Carlson and Don Lemon done changed the political landscape. They doing some damage. But you gotta understand this is how the world is where we at now. Basically, I'm just saying, like, y'all keep doing your thing. This is changing what we're seeing and what we're getting right now. So normally I ain't gonna be on here. This will be an hour stream. This ain't gonna be like no 2 hours or anything. There ain't gonna be no long drawn out. Now next week, I'll promise y'all another 2 hours. I promise y'all, I ain't gonna try to break my promises, but I decided since it's draft night, it's like nah. I'll give y'all 2 hours probably next week because I was gonna do it tonight, but I said something told me I forgot about the fucking draft in the NFL. Damn, because that's that. I'm watching it with certain people talking about it right now. Because it's really gonna get to a level like I don't know who's gonna get picked. People talking about they sitting there on the clock. The Texans. They said Panthers got they got Bryce Young. Okay, that's cool. They got Bryce Young as the first pick. Okay, for the Panthers, he might be pretty good. I don't know much about Bryce Young. So the Texans is on the clock. You know how it is, but yeah, I'm just looking at it. It is what it is. But damn, this YouTube studio is terrible. I don't even check the studio, but I do, but I don't really do that so much. But I just make sure the stuff is in order. You know, I use the studio, yeah, and then use my live stream software. I don't have to pay for this until like in 2 months, but it'll be the month after, not the next month, but the next month after. Yeah, that's a good thing, and I felt relieved. I said, you know what, this will work as long as I have money saved up, which I will. I'll have it saved up. Well, I've got it saved up this month, but next month I'm definitely gonna save up. I ain't gonna make no purchases yet. I got the cash. I ain't gonna spend a whole lot. Because May, I don't spend a whole lot no way in May. I mean, the big purchase I want. And my birthday's next month too. I don't feel like celebrating like I used to. I don't do that on YouTube. I really don't. I normally just keep it real with y'all. And it's just like one thing I could say about me, it's just like the last time I did something like that, when I very started doing this live stream, like 2 years ago, when I started doing live streams, that's my actual content. I didn't celebrate my birthday as much. I'll say about 2 years ago. I really didn't. I think was it my 33rd birthday. I didn't really celebrate that. I didn't. And my 34th birthday, I definitely didn't celebrate as much. I mean, I did too, but not as much. The first 2 years, like even in 2022, I didn't really celebrate it then. So again, it's like what we see is what we get, and we see all the things that's coming up in a float. But then again, it's just like I'm like, wow, man. It's just like I I just ain't got that much to celebrate, but this year's been it's like a wash for everybody, for me in the beginning, but then it's not. I mean, I'm enjoying this year. This year is kind of peaceful. I never had this peaceful type content. It's like decades ago, 10 years ago, I was actually doing content. Like I was talking about my shit. I was talking about my historical stuff, what was going on current evently. But that was 10 years ago. I was like, what, 25 at the time? And then 10 years later, I'll be 35 this year. Man, that's something. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Or I'll be gone. But I highly doubt it. But if I see another year, it's something, ain't it? I'm on the threshold, but I realize, but I ain't gonna do this YouTube thing forever, because that's what it is. I see people going to Rumble. Rumble must be pop. Rumble to me, I don't know what type of content if I do transfer, but I highly doubt it. Rumble, yes, gets his numbers, but people are just, yeah. I was thinking about it too because Rumble is another option. I was thinking about this shit too. Hey, what's going on? Soft Sands, salute, man, salute. It's just crazy, but the draft is kind of crazy. He said the things like birthdays have lost their spark way early on, but I really don't care about that type of shit. that type of shit. Yeah, exactly. I'm the same way. Um, at first, it meant something when you was a kid. You know, I mean, I think my parents filmed mines when I was like 4. All my family was there. We was in the hood. This is back in the day. This is back in 1992. I was like 4 at the time. So on the old VHSs. Them shits is gone, man. Like them days, like you can't relive the '90s all over again because that culture of birthdays, it has lost its meaning, it lost its purpose. I'll say it lost its purpose of being what it is. That's for the younger, children or teenagers. That's understandable. Or if you're like in your early 20s, I expect if you're early 20s and on down, that's understandable. But once you get to my age, it's like, oh well. So well, but unless you're in the workplace, people remember your birthday or not. I highly don't care. I highly don't care because in the workplace, I didn't really care for it either. In my later 20s, I didn't really care because if you really think about it, I wasn't really on that type of time. Because even if I celebrate my 27th or 28th or 29th or 30th birthday, I didn't really care. Was it 2018 when I just turned 30 that year? It was like a blip on the map. You know what I mean? Because I was in the workforce then at 30. I was doing something. I was making money too, but that job that I had, it was all right, but it was solid. Got a retirement out of it, but looking for this other one and I'm chilling, just busting my ass trying to do this other one. But it's more to it. That's a whole nother story. But for me, the pandemic is what changed everything. I think doing these live streams, just as a hobby of mine, just talk about political stuff and things like that. I don't need the money, bro. I ain't begging. I ain't hurting either. I got cash on me. I don't have to be a donate channel. This channel don't have to be the donation channel. Now, if I want to do that, if I create another channel on here, it will be a business, but I have to have a topic. What's the market? There's nothing to talk about money wise. A lot of people say there's a lot of talk. Yeah, but I'm not gonna make money off it. If I want to make money off of something, it has to mean something. I have to invest in it. I haven't figured channels like that. See, the channels on YouTube are garbage. The ones that talk about, I don't know if it's not the interest. It's like what business you're selling. Like it could be anything. Like if you're in the business, not just media, but actually trying to help, it's no money in those things. It's money in a lot of other things too. Now, entertainment's overrated. Everybody's doing it. So it's like I'm not gonna get much out of it. You have to have solid content to back up what you're doing. Now the relationship content is killing people. You can go broke doing that. Unless you're an established person, I see you doing that in the marketplace. The market is not leaning towards that, but it's leaning towards that online. Yes, for the bullshit. But if you want to talk about anything, it's like political correctness almost. You can't really do much. So basically, you're in a tailspin. You know what I'm saying? But once you're in that tailspin, you have to understand that that's the way the world is. Now, Angerman said, "Yeah, we do this for money." His dumbass. Uh, First of all, YouTube. A lot of people say it's a business in a way. To me, it's not. I mean, it's a business to certain people. To me, YouTube is a hobby. They said this is not a social call. That's a lie. You can still socialize YouTube. You can socialize people in the chat room. You can socialize people in a live stream. That's why live streams are popular. You get more views and interaction. Engagement matters. These dummies don't know that. They use donations to talk to their people. That don't work. Now, if you want to be a channel like that, that's fine. Unless you're helping people, which they're not. They're grifting their ass off. But the ones that are doing it and they're putting that money in the right place to build it into a real business outside of it. Don't do business on YouTube. Do it off on YouTube and build your business and your brand. Use YouTube as a free hobby topics to talk about. If you want to donate, that's fine. But see, I ain't got the donation thing up here, so I don't need y'all to donate. It's no need. I'm not that hurt. But if I choose to, it'll be a different channel. But if I want to talk about something that's more strenuous in need, yeah, I can be one of those channels, but I haven't figured that niche out yet because most niches of channels, they're just not thriving. I just look who's getting the most views. It's drama channels and relationships. That's what's getting the most views and the fuckery because you got to keep that shit up. But that shit dies out over time. I'm telling you, long term. I did a series called Evergreen versus Stagnation Content, which is true. Stagnation content is drama content. You'll be stagnant for years. Short term, it's not stagnation, but long term, it is. Long term, you want evergreen content. Evergreen content is content that you talk about, like the stuff I talk about. That's evergreen. That's going to grow in time. You get the message in time, and then you download it or whatever, and download it from the start. I didn't start getting views till later on. When I stopped doing it for like a 6-year period, and when I left it in 2014, but 2015, I wasn't doing content at all until like 2020. I wasn't. That was like a 5-year span, going on 6 years, and then finally came back after the 6 years hiatus. 2021, man, that's a big leap. That's a big leap for me, and so to speak. But people don't understand that helped me a lot. That helped me a lot. I don't really understand why people see it that way. So again, it helped me a whole lot to see what I didn't really miss at all. I mean, I missed certain things, but I didn't really miss nothing. I mean, if you really talk about content creation, you understand what's going on in so many words. What's going on in Degenerate Salute. But like I said, if you do this long term like I have, man, and do a pre-records and then just eventually do it live stream, just 2021, 2 years ago, you already know your content is up and up. A lot of people said my channel was dead, but technically it wasn't dead. It was inactive. Now people say your channel died. It didn't die. Stop it. My channel was inactive. I was inactive doing content. Am I active in the comments section? Yes. If you're a panelist in 2020 like myself was, yes, that means you're active on YouTube. If you're not active on YouTube, you haven't comment or that means or on panels. That's called not being on YouTube. Okay? I'm still being in the comment section because everybody's got cell phones. I use YouTube on the cell phone 95% of the time. In case y'all don't notice, I don't be on the computer like that. No, unless I'm chilling at the house and I'll be like, yeah, it ain't like that. This girl's hilarious. Just put the corny in corny. Oh Lord, she's definitely from Jersey. Okay, it is what it is. Like I've been doing this for a long time, and I've noticed, and I look back at my old stuff, like that's the past. That's the past. So yeah, I'm getting views on certain things, but pre-records, it's tough. They said nobody's not getting a lot of views. It takes time. I'm trying to tell you something. It takes time. Pre-records take time. This is not an easy feat. You know how many times I pre-recorded 2 years ago and all that? That takes time. If they watch your shit, they watch your shit. If they don't, they don't. People ain't gonna watch your shit all the time. It depends on what you do. I'm just saying. It's been something else. I told you. I understand why I was doing pre-records. And yeah, I got several views. I didn't get a whole lot. And the utilitarian streams I did 2 years ago, now it was something else. When I first came back, the pros and cons of it, that's getting views as we speak. It used to be low views, and now it's getting up to 100. But it's gonna get in time. It takes time. I'll tell you, my views takes time. I know how my stats sheet and the YouTube thing works. I've been having this. Most of you don't watch my shit like that. Because if I get enough support, it'd be like that. But this channel is what it is. It ain't for everybody. I've done some content. Even when I was cammed up, I didn't get that many views. The most, if and I got 1,000 views on the other one. It's certain titles where I put in my videos. You know what I'm saying? And the titles that reflect on your algorithm reach. That's the thing. It's the title of the stuff. That's how people get views. Is the title of what they're saying. That's why everybody's getting low views. It could be a lot of things why they ain't pushing it. And they know what your channel used to be. I ain't changed. I ain't changed. Act like I changed my content. I had not changed I'm still the same. It's just I'm doing it in a live stream form. Y'all get to hear me talk. Y'all get to see me live and whatever. And if I choose to cam up, I have a reason to cam up. You know, vlog streams is the best way to do it if you want to cam up. You can't hide nobody. Yes, you're a real person behind the avatar. That's why I do it. I do it because I don't want to make no mistake of people if they try to expose me or some shit. So the Texans picked up CJ Stroud. Oh, interesting pick. CJ Stroud. And who's number 3? Who's on the clock? Yeah, CJ Stroud. Everybody's tripping off that draft. So they already got the first pick out the way. My man's wearing the Bears and shit. This big motherfucker's happy because he's a Warriors fan. This dude's delusional. This fat Slavish ass. And number 3, Texans, Will Anderson. They picked up Will Anderson. They have 2 picks. In the first top 3. Now, okay, who was number 1? Now, I already know one went to Panthers, but who the hell? How did the Texans get two overall picks? I mean, that's been done before in the NBA and other stuff I've noticed. That's been done in any sports in different rounds, like the later first rounds, but not the top 3. That's a first. That's historic. I tell you, the league's changing. Man, it's changed. You know, the NFL. I'm just looking at what they're saying about the draft. But shouts out to the people, though. The NFL draft. The NFL is going to be an interesting year. Somebody's wearing a Cincinnati jersey. My dad and his people in his generation called them the Bungles. People used to call them the Bungles instead of the Bengals. They call them the Bungles. I call them the Bengali. I used to make fun of the city's name. They used to nag a lot about how great Cincinnati was. I used to call them Cincinnati as a kid. I used to talk bad about that city. My parents went for the jazz thing years ago, but we used to talk bad about Cincinnati. I'm sorry, but Cincinnati is what it is. But you know, everybody's familiar with Cincinnati. You know, Cincinnati, Ohio. You know, it's a that's a recognizable city. I hate to say that. Most people understand Cincinnati, Cleveland, and pretty much at Dayton, and there's Toledo. There's other places. You know, Ohio's a unique state. They got well-known cities. You know, they're actually cities that they can be redeemable. But Cleveland is well known because of the sports and stuff. And then Cincinnati, of course, Toledo and Columbus. Columbus is old. There was a guy, he's from Cincinnati. You know, his name was Will. He was dating my cousin at the time. He said, Columbus is just old. He said, Columbus is just an old town. He said, it's got a lot of nationalities similar to Baltimore and Atlanta and things like that. Yeah, Columbus is very diverse. That's because the college, you know, Ohio State's in Columbus, Ohio. So we already know what that is. So technically, y'all not saying that new. So yeah, I got the right cord tonight because if I use the other cord, you'll hear that RFI interference. I got the monster with me, so it's not my interface; it's the cord. I may need a new cord too. It's probably it. I'll get another interface, but y'all gonna hear me tonight. So it's pretty much like I see this a lot. We'll see. Because on the playback, I sound great. It's just hearing it from the interface and what I'm hearing. Got some good headphones and stuff. It's solid. It cost me a lot, but it's 64 ohms, so that's a whole nother thing. Man, I wish if I did a sports channel, it's gonna be good. I have to cam up and see, and people fuck with you. And that sports community on YouTube is huge. You know who gets a lot of views too, besides dramas? Sports is one of the biggest. If you talk about sports 95% of the time, especially on YouTube, you'll have a lot of fucking people watching your shit. Okay. If you post a team, what's going on? Yeah, Texans have 2 overall draft picks. They got Will Anderson and CJ Stroud. Interesting. So the Colts got Anthony Richardson. Wow. So the 5th pick is the Panthers, Bryce Young. No, the 1st pick is Bryce Young. My fault. First is Bryce Young. No, the 5th. Seattle's on the clock. My fault. Okay. Bryce Young, number 1. CJ Stroud, the Texans. Will Anderson, Texans. They got the 3rd pick. Damn, that's interesting. I didn't know that. That's historic. People did that. People did that. I want to read what he said. This sub count. He said this sub count watching been corny. Do you make good content or not? That's it. Exactly. Exactly. The reason I know people don't care about sub count. Let me address this. If you do, yeah, if you make good content, yeah, or not. Some people don't make good content, and that's a lot. You got channels that are. I don't put this in terms like I'll give you an example. I know none of you people watch PewDiePie, but I look at his channel. I'm like, okay, he's got a lot of views, and he's got a lot of slave bots, subscribers. He don't even care nothing about, right? But I want to tell y'all something. If you live stream from YouTube, like what I'm doing right now, but if you have like a different software, I'll give you an example. He's known for Twitch, what I remember him as, but he was somebody on YouTube. He's been on YouTube for years, right? Since 09, right? And then he did Twitch, right? This dude has the craziest slave bot chat of all time and subscribers. They're like robots. That's why I call them bots. They're slave bots. They don't know. His channel blew up, not just video games, but the shit that he says on his stuff. That's what gets him views. But it's the most well-liked guy. Now, I ain't praising him. I don't care about those big subscribers. Some of his content is okay with the games, but a lot of it's just garbage to me because he ain't saying much, right? But you do got guys like Marquise Brownlee, like he's got great content, a lot of subscribers, not as big as PewDiePie's. I mentioned him too, and there's a reason why I mentioned him too. I mentioned on Old Boys panel 2 years ago. He had the best content. His content is top notch. He talks about tech after tech, the latest iPhone. Even when he leaves YouTube, his shit flourishes. Even if he does a podcast, he does it. It's amazing, right? But a lot of people say sub count watching. To me, I don't. I'm guilty of this too. I'll say it like that. I watch it too, but 95% of the time, them subs don't care about him. They just like his content. I'll give you an example. Angerman's a good example, but his sub count is just, to be honest with you, I don't really care for it. They're all slave bots and they turned on him. Do I care about my sub count? Not as much, but I appreciate people that did subscribe to me. If they like my other videos, that's fine. Y'all can watch as much as y'all want, even the live streams. And I set some of them up as podcasts so I can get extra views. I didn't know that. YouTube put that out there. And I thought that was interesting because they support podcasts. They support it. I think podcasting is huge. Now, we said this 2 years ago, this was going to be a thing. The biggest selling point is relationships right now. I'll say the second thing is politics. Now, politics is not popular, but it is selling. But you got to be edgy and talk about relationships and all that. You got to have a mixture of BS in politics. ain't saying much, right? That's what gets the views. Now, if you're saying something to educate people, they don't get no views. And I understand that. But the third thing is sports. Sports is probably the number one thing podcast that does very well. It's actually better than relationships. It's actually number one than relationships, number two, and then number three is the political. Those are the three things you can thrive in podcasts. Those three things. Now, if you're like a current events channel podcast, you're like top 5 on the list or 10 at best. But on YouTube standards, it's usually top 5, but other places is like top 10. Okay. Everybody talks about different things on podcasts. So you got to be careful. Now, if you're talking about medical shit, that's top 10. That's not top 5. Especially if you're a therapist and have multiple titles, you'll have that. I agree with Soft Sands right here. Yeah, is it good or not? He said that's it. But most people don't see it that way, Soft Sands. It's competition. When these bitch ass niggas that are always going to compete with you on live streams at the live stream, and this shit is bullshit. My shit is okay, but it ain't as great as others. But I admit mine's, and some it's okay. Somebody's watching my shit. Shouts out to E Black for saying that, but somebody's watching this shit. He got some growth talking about Mike VTV. A little drama, right? Mike VTV. I'm not Mike V. Did I say Mike? I said Mike TV. Excuse me. Not Mike V. Shouts out to Mike V from the Brain Trust, but not him. Mike TV, known as Mr. Real Estate, right? AKA Mr. Real Estate, the one he said he created. He got views exposing his information. Okay. Like I said, doxing is not content. Actually, it is content. You believe it or not, YouTube doesn't care if you dox people. Is it a form of bullying to most people? In some ways, it is. Some ways, to be honest with you, it's not. People dox each other all the time. Look at, I give you an example. Look, the video game community of Call of Duty. They do it all the time years ago. It's just these weirdo white people and niggas done figure out to do each other and hate each other, but not do it against other races that have issues with you. You see what I'm saying? To see the hypocrisy. What's the point of doxing? They don't even do that to celebrities no more. And the celebrities laughing how stupid y'all are because they used to get doxed all the time. It don't bother them. It's the fact that the average person gets to do it and got the skills. It's a waste of time. And you lost out of your content because people don't really care about shit like that. It's a thing now. Trolling and doxing is big business in this type of field as well. If you're in the professional level, dealing with celebrities and all that. But if you're actually doing this for money, it's a waste of time. Like, you're not really doing it for money. If you're really doing it for money, here's my advice. I recommend the Marquise Brownlee pathway, and I'll tell you why his model works. His model works for YouTube, period. You want to have subscribers like him? Talk about tech in a seller's point, like a car salesman. If you really want to talk about tech in a seller's point, he's the only nigga I see doing real content. I watch his stuff. Yeah, I think I'm subscribed to him just a bit, but he is a selling point. With him, it's like he comes with shit just out of the blue. I told you, this dude is a beast when it comes to tech. Now, the latest shit that you're talking about, this man is a monster at tech. I'm talking about, he's box office when it comes to content. Everybody else is just trash on that level that's lower than him. If you got 1 million, 4 million, your shit is not, you just got it from cloud chasing. You're just a shit million subscriber or multiple million subscriber idiot. Unlike Marquis, he's doubled. He's better than y'all. Him and Peter. These guys know what they do. They got their own lanes in their audience and their bots. But he's got real supporters buying his merch. Merch is just something if you get to a certain level. Now, Alvin Preach is different. They talk about a little drama, but I wish they was a little bigger. And it's a group channel. They got their own channels. But what made them collab like that, it has to work like theirs, and they have to be on the same accord and same philosophy. And it works. Have different ideas. Y'all go back and forth. That's a true collab if you know each other. It takes two. It don't have to take 3 or 4 or 5. No. I don't collab with people as much because everybody's on trying to compete with you. See, YouTube is competition. It's not just a bit, it's a competition with it itself. It's too big to fucking fail because you got to deal with Rumble and everybody else now. Now, Rumble is his competition, but it ain't big enough like YouTube yet. It ain't been bought up by a corporation like Google, for example. If somebody buys Rumble, Rumble will be reformed and it ain't going to be what y'all think. And it'll be a selling point to compete against Google and YouTube. We got to see first. If the original owners sell it to some billionaire corporation, they're in trouble. They'll be stricter with the rules now, and you got to be careful what you say. So it's pretty much the same. Their rules applies to everybody. See, a lot of people don't understand when Marquise Brownlee, when he rose to the YouTube ranks, he understood the formula that works. It works very well in his favor. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's disgusting. Yeah, doxing is disgusting, but it's big business. Like if you're in the field of, let's just say, sports, the nigga shit doxing is bullshit. I agree with you, that degenerate. That's what's killing us as a collective. But here's the thing: if you ever want to get money, it's big business. I hate to say it because what I've seen from YouTube recently, over the years, how sorry it is now, they accept it. Long as you ain't doxing the corporate Google and YouTube, that's when they try to get you up out of here. If you notice that, you can't do that much. You can't do much. It is a form of hacking. Hacking is, most people say, is illegal, but actually hacking is engineering, software engineering. That's basically what it is. You're really dividing the service for people. Now, if you hack people's information, that's sick, I know, but in reality, people do it all the time. Now, if you are a well-known gray hat, that's non-malicious, and if you're a black hat, that's malicious, and then if you're a white hat, that's security. I do know those three hats, and there's other hats too. They got the blue one. Blue, I think the blue hat is they do the revenge shit. I've read it from Norton years ago. Then green is the amateur, and then they call you a scribble. It means you're a scrub. And then red hat is vigilante. See, a lot of those other hats they don't mention. They just kind of cut out and just like, they don't mention that much. But the three main ones they mention is white hat, black hat, and gray hat. Now, gray hat is your I'll give you an example. Like Anonymous. Anonymous is your gray hat hackers. What they do is they're non-malicious, but they have no permissions getting your information. Let's just say it like that. They sound good in theory based off definition, but they also can do damage to your shit too if you try them. It's kind of like they're morally gray type people, but in reality, they do some illegal shit too. But it's legal, and then it's also illegal what they're doing at the same time. They're like your neighborhood watchmen, you know what I mean? But the white hat is basically security. Like if you have a virus on your computer, a hacker engineer will, well, actually, an engineer / software, they call him a hacker. His job is to fix viruses and antivirus and all the stuff like you get on your computer, right? Laptops, cell phones, and you name it. That's a white hat. T-Mobile has one. Verizon Wireless has one. All these companies have one. Even in car dealerships that deals with some form of technology has one. Now, the black hat are terrorists. They're malicious. They don't care. They'll sell information and dox people like what you see on the internet now illegally and hurt people, or retaliation dox, and they hurt each other. You know what I'm saying? But that's what puts us on the tailspin. But again, that's a form of, but shots at the degenerate breaking that down. Yeah, that's some truth. It is disgusting. It's bullshit, but that's a part of the YouTube culture. That's what's killing people. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. Yeah, there's a video game called Watch Dogs. It's based off gray hat hackers. Anonymous was one of them. They're based off Anonymous in a video game, right? It's in your entertainment. Most people don't give a shit, but you got to understand this is how the world works. But if you understand how the world really works, you understand how it flows, right? But Marquise Brownlee's standard in tech is the way to go. If you want to be legitimate and you fuck with these white hat type hacker security or basic ass tech people, he's the guy to talk to. It's not that many. If you want to do this YouTube shit for real and make some money and make money off the side of it and actually invest in other business outside of it, do it his way. or certain other content creators are similar to him. Do it their way of path. Now, if you want to do the bullshit drama way, you're not gonna get that many subscribers. You'll probably, if you do get 1 million or 4 million or whatever, that's you. But 9 out of 10 people are gonna stop fucking with you on that level as well. Keep that in mind. You'll be stuck with 1 million subscribers. You'll be stuck with 2 million, and people's gonna stop fucking with you. Period. YouTube is vast. Small channels is where it's at. Okay, like mine's and below. 0 to 1,000 is where it's at. Outside of that, it's just like it's just YouTube has always been broken for years. So yeah, man, it's you got to look at the big picture. I appreciate the likes, though. Appreciate you. I had 7 people in the chat. I don't know who was in the chat, but appreciate you. Yeah, the draft is kind of crazy. So the Seahawks drafted Devon Witherspoon. Okay, Cardinals is on the clock. No, Raiders on the clock. My fault. So the Cardinals picked up Paris Johnson Jr. Okay, so yeah, Raiders on the clock. Yeah, Seahawks the 5th pick, Devon Witherspoon. A lot of people say Devon Witherspoon or yeah. Yeah, it's Devon. Yeah, it's Devon Witherspoon. I think you pronounce it Devon or Devon. You know, some people pronounce it Devon with the A or E. You know, they have a similar meaning, but or Devon. I'll say Devon Witherspoon. I'll say that. Or if he pronounced it Devon, you know how niggas be. It's weird. Similar names sound similar, but it's kind of. But white folks say that's Devon Witherspoon. You know, they're crazy with it. Let me tell you something about grifters. Let me tell you something about grifters. He said identity crisis 5. Okay. Yeah. I won't type into it. He said identity crisis. Aimman's a clown, bro. If y'all want to talk about that whole ass boy, he's always been a fuck nigga since birth. Okay. This nigga always lie on people and dox people for a living. But he's a shit content creator. I don't know why the hell y'all niggas follow him. He's making y'all look bad each year. And the ones that used to support him, he's just a clown, bro. Okay. Okay. Damn. Let me see something real quick. Yeah, let me see something real quick. Damn. Oh, I'm back. I'm back. Okay. Okay. I'm back. Cause it lagged on me. It lagged on me. Okay. Thank God. That was weird. That was weird. I blanked out for a minute. Yeah, my connection was acting up. So sorry about that. That was yeah, I know y'all was hearing that. And I said, this nigga was gone for a minute. Yeah, I was flowing. Yeah, yeah, it happens. Thank God I'm doing this now because it ain't gonna be like this. It could be my interface. I might have to upgrade my interface. That's probably my issue. Connection is good, but it's wonky. But that's that T-Mobile connection. But if I was on the other connection, y'all ain't gonna able to hear me. But StreamYards is different because it pick up your connection just like that. But like I said, man, like the stuff is crazy. And shouts out to Soft Sam's for that comment. He's saying if it is or not, you know, I'll put it up there. And yes, disgusting. Yeah. I have 4 pinned messages. Okay. He said that's it. Yeah, because it gets like that, man. But again, people do this stuff for a living. But Marquise Brownlee, he is an example. If you want to get honest, like a black person, I use him as an example. Yeah, he got his way, tech and all this stuff. That's it. But other black, so-called black YouTubers or whatever, is not doing that. Drama's they thing. Nigga shit sells and we get caught up. But none of us ain't gonna make it. But yeah, YouTube pick and choose who they gonna be successful. I told y'all this 2 years ago. They always done this. This is how I study YouTube. If you do YouTube like this, that's the way to go. If you do it like his way, it works. It's a marketing strategy. But people don't understand YouTube will have their little ways. You know what I'm saying? I know people say they do panels and all that. I used to do panels. I don't anymore, but it's actually doable. You know what I'm saying? I don't be on panels and that crazy and just people drop the links and all that stuff. I used to do that. In some degree, I used to, but I kind of stopped. People stopped coming around because I guess it could be my software. It could be the software too that's strenuous like that, but it needs strong. But if I update it, that's gonna cost me a lot. You know what I mean? Not gonna try to do that. That's a lot. But if I have enough investment, I would invest in this thoroughly. I ain't gonna get it right away. I ain't gonna get it right away. Because that way I can keep this software and then just pre-record. But if you notice, I keep this intact. But then again, that's the type of stuff that you want to do. Now I can cancel it and then do something else. You know what I mean? But I'm glad I got my trusty mic with me. It works. The interface is working, everything else is worse. I just need a better one so it can be better in the future for y'all so I can update my gear so I can talk to y'all more frequently and pre-record or whatever. But these live streams like Thursday Thrills, that's it. I'll be through with this podcast next year and then come something else. And I'll do independent thinking series. I may do that I may end that series this year as well, then come something different with a different live stream topic. And we'll stick to it and talk about current events. I might come up with a name. Just bear with me. But it ain't gonna be on Thursday nights. It's gonna be probably Friday nights. I'm gonna probably do Friday nights or whatever because I might do Friday streams. I don't care for most people, but if people see me, that's it. People get upset, and then I don't care because Fridays I don't really do much. If I do a live stream, it's gonna be like what it was. Now Friday Special Madness, it was the streams I used to do. I liked it, but what got me started? I mean, this bitch named Cat destroyed that shit for me. I kind of lost confidence doing those streams. I'm not gonna lie. That's only I didn't want to make it a podcast. That was like 2 years ago. It was something. It got its views. It got its just due. Don't get me wrong. It got its just due. It got its views. Got a lot of views. The last one I did, the final of the series, it got a lot of views. I mean, y'all can still watch it. I ain't gonna call it that again. If I do a Friday stream, it's gonna be called something. It's gonna be every Fridays, but I ain't gonna call it a Friday stream. I'm gonna call it something that matters. Yeah, Friday is gonna be. It's gonna be crazy. It is gonna be definitely be crazy. Y'all gotta understand that. Then there you have it. You know, it's just like you gotta see things what it is, man. Yeah. Let's see what I got. Sunday chills. I'm not going back to that. That's done. It's a Halloween edition. Sunday chills had a lot of views. When I did Sunday chills, man, it wasn't that much. People liked them and they did it. Sunday chills was something else. I was on StreamYards with that. Sunday Madness, I'm through. You already know the 60th edition. Y'all can watch it. Y'all so enjoy. That's a podcast y'all wanna not want to miss, but keep watching it. That's the shit that you wanna keep intact. Yeah, Sunday Madness is it's one of the few streams that y'all can get used to. Yeah, it's a lot of streams I've done. Thursday Thrills, the 56th edition. You already know how it is. We're gonna stick to it. And a lot of people say, "What about Thursday Thrills?" Thursday Thrills is a lot. It's a success, but I'm gonna put it to bed. You know, I got a lot of things to do. But if I want a live stream, it's gonna be just one day. I'm probably gonna do it every Friday, and I'll be like, I'll have it in motion. But it's a name that I'm gonna come up with, and then we'll have titles what it features, and we'll be like, we'll have some things, you know. But once I get the proper gear, I'll be straight. I don't mind pre-recording, and then turn it into a live stream. Y'all can check it out. I can do that. That's it. But I can do that in time. But most people are going to get caught up and say, is this what we're going to do? But then again, you know, people hear you live, they say, hey, catch your lives. Yeah. You know, it's a lot of software you can do, but it's pretty much it. But, you know, most people just get caught up and just say, hey, you know, I know the draft is tonight, but, you know, I'll talk to y'all about at least when it gets to the 5 minute mark to an hour, we'll talk. I don't see what they're doing right now because normally I just keep it what it is. Yeah, we're back. We're back. Yeah, because the shit was laggy at first. So who the Cardinals play? Oh, the Falcons on the clock. Oh, the shitty Falcons. Damn. Harrison Jr. 6. Who? What my other team? Raiders. His name is Tyree Wilson, 7th overall pick. Amazing. So the 8th pick, the Falcons. I don't know who they're gonna pick. So the Seahawks pick Devon Witherspoon. You know, I'm watching my boys acting up. I used to call them Falcons. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm right behind. Okay, Eagles is on the clock, 9th pick. So who the Falcons pick? His name is Bijan Robinson. I never heard of this motherfucker. I gotta see this. So the Eagles is on the clock. That's my other team. That's my all-time favorite team. I love the Eagles. I do like the Raiders and the Broncos, the rivals of the AFC West. Those are the two teams I like in that division. But my favorite team of all time will always going to be the Eagles. Salute to the Eagles. Man, they on the clock. It's going to be an interesting draft. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be watching the rest of the way talking. But, the hour's in. But, yeah, I'll talk to y'all 5 more minutes. Damn, it's that quick. See, all this talking, you see how time moves fast? We do our thing, man. Like, I'm going to talk to y'all for like when it gets to 5 to 6 minutes, and then I'll let y'all go because I ain't gonna be on here that long. But I just wanted you to get to just what I said earlier in the stream. Like, if you want to be successful on YouTube and then you want to get into a hobby, look at Marquise Brownlee with his tech hobbies. It flourished. He made a business out of it, but he had business outside of YouTube. And then he did the frisbee thing. He's a well-rounded, what you say, a typical modern day YouTube creator. Years ago, he wasn't doing that. He was an upstart, growing his channel, getting interested in topics that matter. See, when I used YouTube, when I first started on my first channel before it got knocked off in 2012, I was heading that direction. I should have stayed in that direction, but at the time, it kept, to me, it kept kind of boring. A lot of people done that. But when you talk about political stuff, you could ignore it and just say, hey, this is it. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. But that's how people get. They get caught up and just say, hey, this is what we're gonna do. But I chose this path because I've always been outspoken and spoke my mind, and especially do research and be a historian and learning things and learn to read properly. It's just, that's my thing in the political talks and stuff like that. It don't get no love. I should have did something like this years ago on my first channel, but I didn't. My second channel, I said, you know what? Let me do this, and then it worked. I set the standard of it. And everybody wants to be like you in cadence. You be watching your videos on the low. You got people peeking through and shit. A lot of people said, stop caring about your YouTube stats. Well, they're in your stats in your studios all day. So people talk about the stats all the time. But I engage with my people. I engage with people that care and give a shit. If that's fine. If they don't give a shit, that's fine too. I'm not tripping off of that, and I'm not shitting on subscribers or anybody. Most subscribers in the bigger channels, they're slave bots. They don't know what they watch it. I thought you said this, master. You know how they vote. We sick boy. Like, them niggas, they the worst. Doing nigga content. It's fucking hilarious, man. But I don't get mad about people subscribing to those people. They gonna believe what they're gonna hear anyway. They're gonna believe what they're gonna hear anyway. Do I get mad at what people do? No. It's just I let people who they are. I just treat them accordingly. That's what you do. That's all you can do, technically. Everything else works itself out. So the most people like my old shit more than they do the new shit, and I respect that. And they're still getting views. There's a reason why they're getting views, because people's watching. They don't know nothing about my channel. If they watch my recent shit, it'll catch up. There's so much out there. The shorts, shouts out to Ramil saying the shorts only got, nobody cares about shorts. Yeah, they viewed it. I had a short. But the live streams, their attention spans is dumb. Yeah, most people are stupid. I try to tell Maril that's people. So I peaked 8 and 2 average. Yeah, I peaked and that's average is 4. Yeah, drama time peaked. It's a lot of things peak. I'm just looking at, why people care about it so much. But they care about it because they see what it is. Contractualism and all that. Okay. I'm just looking at what they got. They don't feature you in the playlist. Everybody say, you're making impressions. That's because I peaked. The engagement is good. The engagement is good. Yeah, I get a lot of like ratio. That's good. But that's it. Yeah, the subscribers are flat, but that's okay. I don't need it because people hate on my ass anyway because I'm speaking my mind. And people pick and choose who they want to watch. And I said this before, I said it again. It don't really matter to me. I don't really care. I say my shit needs to get my piece. It's a lot of people not subscribed, 44%. And that shows you I was nonchalant. And the ones that are is 55, because it used to be less than that, but now it's changed since the format of live streams. They don't show that. Yeah, see, I stopped caring about the analytics. They said, look in your analytics. They were saying that 2 years ago on Old Boy's channel. I said, nah, who cares? Analytics is bullshit. Because it varies what you need to do. And I'll say it like this. It depends on how you doing. What's going on APTV? Salute, man. Y'all subscribe to him, man. Salute to him. But it varies over time and it changes. But you see, that's the big difference between me and everybody else. I felt like when I started live streaming for the first time, and then it was something, because I haven't done content in how many years? A 6-year period. Came back in 2021, 2 years ago, did some damage, right? Made good numbers. Not so hard, right? But now it's like, it depends nowadays. I don't really care. And I'm glad I'm having this mindset in 2023. I'll have it the next year and just do pre-records. But a live stream's a live stream. And they said, sir, are you going to support small channels? Absolutely. Big channels, not so much. There's only a few I support is Albert and Preach. And that's it. Duke doesn't count. He's considered a small channel. Okay. One's in the thousands, 15 to 10,000 to 0. The plus range to 0 is small channels to me. If you're at 25, you're mid tier. You're not small, but you're mid tier. You're not a big channel, but you're a mid tier channel. You're semi big, but you're a mid tier channel. See, big channels will be like 1 million to above, all like to billion subscribers. That's a big channel, and it's recognizable on the front of the page of YouTube. See, YouTube likes those channels to be pushed thoroughly. Get what I mean? Catch my drift? But that's just pretty much it. But salute to everyone. It's been real. Salute to APTV coming in. Salute to Degenerate. Soft Sands always. He's always loyal. Salute to Mike. Appreciate you, Mike Montreux, the fourth. All right, appreciate y'all for coming through in Degenerate. Yeah, I said that. Okay, we good. Okay, so I will be back to do the Independent Thinking series. You already know what that is. That's the 28th edition, of course. Well, it's after, and then the Thursday Thrills, the 57th edition is going to be very interesting. But but the Tucker Carlson and the what I did with what's his name, Don Lemon. That's just going to be continue on, and I'm glad I did it because that made some huge numbers. Not huge numbers, but some decent numbers. It ain't the best number, but they're decent. Out of all the ones I've done. But pre-record it's not standard anymore. I've noticed that it's not standard on YouTube. Like I said, pre-record matters. Technically, it does not matter. YouTube done gave in to the live stream hook. You know what I'm saying? Live stream is where it's at. It's going to be standard all time. And salute to everybody in the chat rooms and shit like that. But boy, once you have a live stream, you set the pinnacle what's going on, what it is right now. All right. Shalom to the people of Israel / Yasharal. Of course, the kingdom of Yah is at hand. Shalom to everybody, to the guests, the Gentiles, of course. So with that, I'm signing off until next time. and I'm out.